You know it's a hit when you got your head on a track.
Okay, hello. My name is Gabby. I am currently studying at Louisiana State University as an exchange student. I really go to Stony Brook University in New York, and I chose LSU, a part of the National Student Exchange program that I'm on. I chose it mostly because of the football. I love football, and I thought that Stony Brook, since it's a big school, that it was going to have a big football team. But not that it doesn't, it's just that the football is not what the football that it is at LSU. It's like everything transforms on Saturdays just for football. Like, these people come out for tailgating, they set up their trailers, their tents, all of that, like Friday night for Saturday, and they just tailgate all the way until the game starts, and it's just an amazing feeling. But anyway, I am studying psychology. I'm trying to graduate with my Bachelor of Arts, not Science, because I can't take chemistry, because I'm terrible at chem. But anyway, I'm supposed to talk about my experience at LSU and like the opportunities and how it's different and all this other stuff. And I just want to let you know, first and foremost, it's night and day. When it comes to football, the party life, the like nightlife thing, it's completely different. Like, there's something to do every weekend at LSU. On Thursdays, you can go to Tigerland. On Fridays and Saturdays, you can go to the different clubs that are downtown. And it's just like there's something to do every single weekend, you know. You can't get bored. If you want to go out, you could go out, you know, and have a great time too. There's so much things going on. It's not really like that at Stony Brook. Stony Brook, I call it a fake commuter school because everybody on Thursdays just goes home. So, not that that doesn't happen at LSU. Like, normally if there's not a game, I'm not going to lie to you, people go home because it is still a state school. But for the most part, you can still do something. And at Stony Brook, you would just have to like take the train and head into the city if you wanted to do something. Okay, so now academic-wise, I find LSU to be very difficult. People at Stony Brook would say Stony Brook is difficult, but maybe I was a freshman at Stony Brook. Now I'm currently a sophomore in my first semester, in my fall. In spring, I'll be returning back to Stony Brook, so maybe I can like figure out from there what's really difficult, because I'll have the same year, like, you know, one in one place, one in another place. Because it just could have been because since now I'm like a higher year in whatever that's called, a sophomore. Maybe that's why it's more difficult, because I'm getting into more of my core classes-ish. But yeah, I just find LSU to be very difficult. I'm taking biology this year with Dr. Pollock. If you have the opportunity not to take him at LSU, please do yourself the biggest, hugest favor and don't take him, because he's terrible. And anybody will tell you that on that campus not to take him. So if you do have the opportunity to take someone else for a biology 101 or whatever, because I hear he's not that bad at 102, but he's so terrible in 1001 that I wouldn't take him in 1002. So that's just me. What else is there to talk about? The people, it's very different. The people are super, super, super nice. You know, you could just be walking down the street or coming out of a business or just, you know, minding your business and somebody stops you and like really speaks to you, you know, like, how are you doing? And like genuinely like is trying to have a conversation with you and like cares, which is very different from New York, I guess. You know, we kind of make it our business to walk past people. You know, we're in a hurry. We have things to do. Not just say that we're not nice. You know, there's a few of us still left, but it's just very different. That's all. it's so different that it's like it's gonna take you off guard almost, because I'm so not used to it that it's weird. It's weird how nice they are. It's like, back up, like, damn, so that's really something to get used to. What else? For some reason, I started studying at like the weirdest places and stuff now. Like it's a beautiful, huge campus. So there's just so much places to sit. Like, I would just sit in the middle of the quad on the benches things and like literally lay down, like sun on me, and with my laptop. People lay down in the field and stuff like that. Stony Brook has things like that, but our campus is just not as big as LSU's campus. And I thought our campus was huge, but like you could be walking 30 minutes and still be on the campus. Like it could take you 30 minutes to walk to the gym. So the bus system is amazing there. However, they have buses that can take you all over the campus, buses that take you off campus. They have night buses that can pick you up from Tigerland, which is like the bars that people go to and stuff, and bring you back on campus even on the weekend. I believe the buses run until 2 a.m. or till 3 a.m. or something like that. The bus can even take you all the way downtown. Like I literally like took the school bus. It doesn't look like a school bus though. But I took the bus to like the club downtown, which was like 30 minutes driving off campus. Like 30, 40 minutes driving off campus. So the bus system is amazing there. I don't really think we have a bus system like that at Stony Brook, but apparently we do. So I think this semester I'll get used to it because I'll be living off campus, so I'll be utilizing different things. So I'll realize different things. I probably would have never realized how great the bus system works either, unless I didn't have a friend that lived off campus. That's another thing too. They have great off-campus housing that is not with the school, but the school bus system still runs there. They have the Woodlands, the Wildwoods, the Cottages, Tiger Plaza. There's all different types of off-campus housing that can cost you anywhere from like $400 to like $800 a month. So you don't even have to stay on campus. So you can save a lot of money when it comes to like that room and board tuition. And you could just live off campus. And if you have a car, you're fine. If you don't, the bus, it all runs there. Even the night buses run to these places. The only thing with the night buses is like if you live in the Woodlands and the Cottages and things like that, you'd have to, once the last stop that's closest to where you would need to get off at, you would need to walk like 10 minutes. Even if it's late. But, it's like, I don't know. They don't have sidewalks, so maybe it kind of sucks. But I've done it with my friends, so we live to tell the story. So I think you'll be fine. The gym right now is under construction. But when it's done, it's supposed to be beautiful. I'm a ref, so we get like a little insight on the gym things. We haven't really gotten that much, so I don't know why I'm acting like I know something. But right now it's like under construction, so it kind of really like, it looks really suckish. It looks dreary. I actually did see a part of it, but I'm not. But it's really pretty. They're building new basketball courts. They're building an indoor track that like goes down and comes back up, so like it's like a hill effect. It's like really cool. I won't even be there to see it. They're building a leisure river. They're trying not to call it a lazy river because people within the state, think that like state funding went into building this place. So they don't want like people's tax dollars to be used for a lazy river. However, this money has been like raised for years and years from donors and stuff like that. So apparently it doesn't come from the state. What else is there? They have this thing called the Cox Athletic Center. So this is, if you're an athlete, you go in there. They have tutoring sessions for them and stuff like that. They feed them breakfast and they feed them dinner. Normal people are not supposed to go in there. I go in there. They got a little hip, so now when you go to get food, they ask you what your last name is, so you have to say your name in order to get the food. Before it wasn't like that, so you could just go in there and get some breakfast or get some dinner. They feed them. So I enjoyed it while I could enjoy it. And they still have apples and like water and things like that you can kind of go and get. So keep it on the DL, but keep don't keep it on. I don't care. I'm not going to be there anymore, so I don't care. And then they also have private study hall like things for them. That's really neat. You can close the door. It has a whiteboard in there, and it has a computer, so you could just like do your own thing. And then on the other side, it's like a whole aisle of Macs, and it's free printing. They have the paper and everything. So if you're like, you need to go print some paper and you don't feel like paying for it in the library, and you don't have any paper to print it in your own dorm, excuse me, then you could go in there and print it, and just walk like you know what you know what you know. What else is there? There's just so much, I love it. That's really the whole point of it. I'm really making this video because, like, I have to make it. First of all, I have to make it, so I'm gonna stop acting like I'm doing this for fun. But I love it. If, to be quite honest, if I really had the option, I would stay. But I don't. My finances aren't set up for me to stay, so I can't. So that's a sad story, but it's amazing. So if you're considering going to LSU, I highly, highly suggest that you just go for it. You're really not going to regret it. You're going to have a great time, because I'm having a great time. So, like, I can't imagine no one not having a great time. I didn't want to talk that much, so I hope I didn't talk that much. If you have any questions, just, like, drop it and I'll answer it. I'll tell you some of the courses that I take if that's something that you want to know, or some teachers and things like that. I'm only doing in a semester, and I'm a psych major, so I can't really tell you too much. But if you do have questions, just let me know. I'll be glad to let you know. I'm going to make a separate video for like things to do in Louisiana, because I went on like a swamp boat tour, which was actually through the school. So it was free and it was great. I saw alligators. It was amazing. I'm the type of person that gets excited over like the smallest things. So, they have an ice cream shop on campus that's like made from like fresh cows, because they have a dairy like science whole thing like major in that school, like where there's cows and horses and stuff. And I have a story of like me going through the horse thing. I do dumb stuff. But anyway, yes, I'm gonna make a separate video of things to do in Louisiana, the football life, because it's great. So I'll get some videos and pictures of tailgating and stuff. Next time I won't be talking as much. The song that's playing in the intro is like the theme song of Baton Rouge, but there's a few theme songs of Baton Rouge. So every video I'll try and start off the video with songs that they listen to, but that's when I ain't scared. They love you. They love that. You play that and everyone is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like you put on Waka like Waka. So it's like, it's a big thing. And yeah, I'll put the club life, like I said, football, all that good stuff. So thank you for watching. And like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to just ask, be nice. I'm nice. If you're rude, I won't answer. So thanks for watching. I hope you like my first vid. If it sucks, don't let me know. Thanks.